Hey everyone, welcome to an Over a Beer reaction.
Reaction?
I guess we'll call this.
Overreaction.
Overreaction?
Over it?
Not over it.
Oh.
Excited for it.
Spoilers.
So today we're talking about the final trailer for Rogue One, a Star Wars story.
Quote unquote final.
Sure. Supposedly the final.
Latest, probably final. Hopefully final?
Yeah, I hope so.
Rebellions are built on hope.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I've heard, anyway. Yeah, we're going to talk about this new trailer because it came out a couple weeks earlier than anyone expected.
Yeah, it was supposed to be on Doctor Strange, wasn't it?
Which is only like 2-3 weeks away. That's awesome.
Yeah. I'm excited to see this in a theater, this trailer in a theater.
Yes. Extremely so. So let's break it down and then we'll talk about some thoughts on it.
Yeah.
So, I mean, here's what I'm left with.
Okay.
Here's my initial impressions. This is the first of there was a teaser, a full trailer, and now this full trailer. And this is clearly the one that gives you the best, clearest glimpse into what the story of the movie is.
Mm-hmm.
Because I feel like a lot of the time, the trailers have been awesome for this movie.
Yeah.
Hands down, like, can't stop watching level
Mm-hmm.
of teaser and trailer and now this. But this is the first one that I think that they made it pretty abundantly clear to audiences. This is not episode 8.
Yeah.
This takes place. This is about destroying the Death Star. And I think that was buried in the other ones.
Mm-hmm.
And this one, the way that it opens and the way that they're saying that this guy develops this weapon and cut to the Death Star.
Yeah.
And showing Darth Vader a couple of times. It's the first time that they've really made it clear. And I still think, though, there are people who will not realize that's what this is about.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely. But that was what my main takeaway was this is the story trailer.
Yeah.
That we had not gotten.
And now that you say that, like, it does finally click, because we've known
Yeah, we know
all along what Rogue One was going to be. But thinking back on those other trailers, it really wasn't. It was clear that it had something to do with the past. Like, it really wasn't episode. Because, I mean, you had, like, in the last trailer, you had Darth Vader.
True. Briefly, yeah.
Briefly.
Yeah. Did they actually show him in that one?
They showed him from behind. There was a shot, you heard the breathing. But, like, you know, I've seen some people that I showed it to who don't really keep up with Star Wars other than, like, oh, you know, I like it, but they was just kind of like, oh, that's cool. And they're like, what's it about? And I'm like, oh, well, it's about stealing the plans for the Death Star. And, oh, okay, you know, this clears that up. But for somebody who, like us, who's been in it, I wish it would have shown a little less. Because same with, like, episode 7, I liked not really knowing who anybody was. I liked not know, like, if I would have probably liked not really knowing who Mads Mikkelsen's character was. And what relation he had to everything. And
yeah. I guess I had read some stuff earlier on that explained that he was kind of like Oppenheimer.
Oh, really? See, I hadn't
like
read
that.
anything. I've tried to avoid.
And he had said that his name a couple of months ago. He had said in an interview about something else, maybe Doctor Strange or something, that he was playing Galen Erso.
Okay, gotcha.
So I kind of knew that, but the thing is, I feel like while we overall know from A New Hope how this ends, quote unquote,
Mm-hmm.
we don't know what happens to any of these characters.
Sure.
And now we know a little bit more about how it begins.
Mm-hmm.
You can kind of piece together, like, some of it. Okay, like, you're presumably, if the movie starts, how this trailer starts with her as the daughter of him being taken. You can kind of see the trajectory of then the rebellion breaking her out of a prison,
Mm-hmm.
and then you can kind of piece together some of the action scenes we've seen. Then you can imagine that the stuff with Mon Mothma happens, and they're convincing her. But I still feel like
You don't get.
we've seen a lot, but I don't know how any of it pieces together, and I don't know the motivations of these other characters. And
Mm-hmm.
if this movie is really going to be successful, like truly successful on a level of that we care about it beyond the fact that it's Star Wars and we're probably going to like it initially anyway, it's the other characters that we don't know anything about still have to click.
Yep.
Because this isn't the Jyn Erso movie. This is the story of this team,
Mm-hmm.
and the team has to work. And I like what I saw of the team in this one specifically.
Mm-hmm.
We got some cool images of, Donnie Yen is his name, right? Doing some cool, blind ninja stuff.
And we got a little bit of that in the last one, too.
I mean, that's what I'm saying. We had gotten that before. Okay. We'd gotten a shot of Riz Ahmed from Night of, and a couple shots of that robot. But I feel like this one really gave the semblance that these are going to be characters that are going to be interesting and be unique. All of them seem very different from one another.
Yeah.
And that's exciting to me. And then there's one other thing that's very exciting to me, because there's been one through line of all three of these trailers. How meticulously awesome every single visual looks.
Yep.
And I can't imagine something being so clearly thought out, every single frame it appears, taking the time to do that if the story wasn't there first. I feel like the story's got to be there.
You hope so. Hope.
It's right. I mean, Godzilla had really good trailers, and it had some really awesome singular shots. You think of those guys diving through the fog, but that was red from the explosions. That was a great shot. That's one of the only memorable shots from that movie, though. This looks like every frame.
Yeah.
It just looks awesome.
But that's what the reservation that's kind of still sitting in the back of my mind is. Look at Godzilla.
Yeah.
And I don't want to think that, because I want to give the movie its fair shot, but I'm like, wow, this looks so cool, but there's just that little voice and all the rumors of bringing in another director and all that kind of stuff that was floating around, all of those are still sort of in the back of my mind.
I guess I trust my gut. I trust what we've seen, and I trust most of all after Force Awakens and what they've done with Marvel, Disney.
Well, that's the thing too.
Lucasfilm, the story group. I trust them.
If you look at what they've done with Marvel and how even the not great ones are still typically good. And they're all, there's so much love and care that are still put into all of those movies, and they still work. So if you have that kind of love and care then being pushed into Star Wars, which you could almost argue would have more repercussions for getting it wrong than a Marvel movie. Then, Doctor Strange, whatever.
Yeah, there's a lot riding on this movie. I think if they not even stick the landing, but if they... how sometimes a gymnast will land and kind of move a little, but they still might win the gold. If they can do that, and then Episode 8 really delivers on the way Force Awakens did, or even better, then there's less pressure on, say, the Han Solo movie that comes out after. Then they're good. But there's a lot of pressure on this specifically. This has to be good for us to believe in these Star Wars
I think there's
Star Wars stories.
There's no end of pressure of any of these. Because Episode 8, you've got everybody looking at it as, is it going to be Empire again? Or is it going to do what Force Awakens did for New Hope? So you have that pressure. And then if they knock that out of the park and they Rogue One works, you still have the pressure of the Han Solo movie of being about Han Solo. Are they going to screw it? So I don't know if there's ever a point where the pressure, you can ever relieve the pressure.
I think that at a point there is, just from... If you have 3 awesome movies in a row, the audiences will come and forgive you for a few failures after that. That's my belief. But if you're right, and that is what it is, if there is still going to be pressure every single time, that's better for us as somebody who wants quality. Because as long as the pressure's on, as long as they still have to be working as absolutely hard as they can. And they
can't be like, we're comfortable, we got this.
We can't be complacent, then we're golden. Because I feel like a lot of times, even sometimes with some of the Marvel movies, because they know what works, sometimes you start getting complacent with just some of the little things. Some of the minor set pieces start looking not as good.
Yeah.
The CGI starts not looking not as good, or you start hiring maybe slightly less interesting filmmakers, or, you know, stop taking risks, then that's a bad thing. So I kind of hope that they have to keep having the pressure. I'm just saying, from a financial standpoint, audiences are clearly in on Star Wars. This movie not being good could really, like, the not diehard Star Wars fans, there's the casual fans, the fans they maybe got with Force Awakens. If this movie's not good, they might lose them. Yeah. And they know that. But if this movie is good, and that's 2 in a row, and they're awesome, and it builds a whole different part of the Star Wars universe, for them to, like, be like, all right, I don't just love the characters from that movie, I love Star Wars. Yeah. Then they're golden. That's how I feel. But this is awesome. And if anything, this trailer got me somehow even more excited for this movie because of little things. Like, there's that shot where they're flying over the desert, and there's like a Jedi, like, in the sand, like, statue. It's just like, what is this? What's going on here? Like,
that's what you were saying before. It's just every shot in this trailer is incredible.
Right, but that one just makes me think. They're all incredible, and I'm like, I can't wait to see that. But that one made me think, like, what is that? Like, where are they? What does this mean? How is this going to fit into everything? What's happening there? Yeah. And that's exciting, because I've never been excited for this movie from a perspective of not knowing where it would go. I've always felt like I always knew where it would go. And that was the first time where I'm like, oh, this movie might actually have things that I wasn't expecting. Yeah. And I don't know what they are.
Because ultimately we do know, like you said before, where it's going. It's just how we get, what the journey is going to be to get there, which what's so exciting about it.
Yeah, I'm very excited. We got our first lines of dialogue from some of the characters that we hadn't gotten before. Obviously, Mads Mikkelsen. He looks awesome. Yeah. And then, boy, what's his name? Villain Man. Huh? Bad guy.
I don't remember what his... I don't remember what his name is, but the guy, the villain, assumingly the villain of the film in white.
Well, that's kind of what he has a couple of good lines, like the power of this thing is immeasurable, but he's talking to Darth Vader.
The power line is a little, because it sounds like he's trying to do Darth Vader when he's like, oh, the power of the dark. Like, it's a little too familiar.
Yeah, but it feels so Star Wars.
I got that, and then the Rogue One line is a little nitpicky.
I don't like the Rogue One. Yeah. But the thing is, I never really like when the title of a movie is said in the movie.
Well, that was our first thought. Is like that Family Guy thing. We're like, oh, they said the title. They said the title of the movie.
And I'm always actually kind of happy when it becomes like a standout part of the trailer, because then it doesn't take you out of it when you watch the movie anymore.
That's fair.
And the thing is, they would have a call sign. All of the X-Wings have call signs. All of the Rebel pilots that we've seen in the other movies have call signs. It makes sense to name the movie after their call sign. It's just a little distracting when their call sign is also the name of the movie. But
especially when it's played to such a dramatic effect in the trailer, which it may just be very casually different in the thing. We're like, oh, what's your call? Oh, Rogue. And you just
what I like is some of the other lines, ones that we already said, that are a little bit more subtle in their Star Wars lore, like rebellions are built on hope. And then you think the next movie in the franchise is A New Hope. Like, that's cool. Yeah. But how much do you think Darth Vader is going to be in this movie?
I don't know. That was
because we get that one really cool shot of him,
like coming out of the fog,
fastly going through that fog, and but then there's the other shot. I mean, he is talking to him when he says the power is immeasurable. Yeah. It's over his shoulder, which kind of makes me wonder, like, how. Because these are clearly at different points in the movie.
Well, I wonder if
when he comes through the fog, he's also going to him.
I think they're probably either doing one of two things. Either he's not in it very much, so they don't want to piss people off by showing him. So, here's all of Darth Vader's moments. Right. That's all it was. You know, they don't want to piss people off that way, and they come out because, it's a return to this time period in Darth Vader, and then not deliver on it, or. He's in a decent amount, and they're trying to save some of that.
That would be very cool. Either way, it's very cool. Yeah. I think that...
I'm okay with him not being
I'm okay either
the central villain. Yeah.
But the thing is, it has always seemed kind of weird to me if he is not heavily involved. Because I feel like he would be very heavily involved with the construction of the Death Star, and he would very much be heavily involved with the defense of it against a rebellion trying to steal its plans. And it would also if he is involved in the failure of protecting those plans, it would make sense why he's trying so damn hard to get them back in New Hope. I think that it really does build into it naturally if he is part of it. It would be weird if he wasn't.
Mm-hmm.
I'm excited. We'll find out. I mean, it's only 2 months from a couple days from now.
A couple days ago. It's the 14th.
I thought it came out on the 16th.
I thought it did say the 12th. I thought it said the 12th.
I don't know. I can check. I thought it was on the 16th. Either way, it's soon.
It's roughly 2 months away.
December 16th.
Okay. So, my bad.
I win. Here, one more question. One of the disappointing elements of Gareth Edwards' previous film, Godzilla was not in it much.
Mm-hmm.
I think they've added it up, and he's actually, like, screen time altogether, if you literally, the shots of Godzilla are like 5 minutes of the movie.
Yeah.
Do you think Darth Vader is in it more than that? Is Darth Vader in it more than Godzilla was in Godzilla?
I mean, I hope so. I want to say yes. But that could be why they're not showing. They may not. They may be his scene.
I really feel like it's at least 2 scenes that we see. 2 separate scenes. At the minimum. It looks really
I mean,
good.
if you're
Don't you feel like... I feel like I already love, like, Jyn Erso as a character.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like she's one of my favorite Star Wars characters of all time, and I don't know really anything about
like,
her.
I ordered the Smuggler's Bounty for Rogue One just to get that exclusive Jyn Erso pop. And I'm like, I don't know why I'm already...
I feel like I love Jyn Erso. I feel like that robot's already going to be awesome.
Yeah.
K250.
Because there was... Did you see the footage of that from Star Wars Celebration? There was, like, some brief little bit of, like, them in the desert or something with the robot.
No, I haven't seen that.
I think. Or maybe I'm making it up, but I thought there was something they showed at Star Wars Celebration.
I feel like I already like him. I feel like I already am super excited to see Forrest Whitaker's Saw Gerrera. I don't think he's in it much. I bet you, in some way, I would not be shocked if he's in it less than Darth Vader.
Yeah.
It looks like he's only in that one
He strikes me as sort of like Lawrence Fishburne in Predators. Like, he's just kind of been through hell, and he sort of shows up at some point to, like, impart wisdom and...
Yeah, and then disappears.
Yeah. Give him that Forrest Whitaker eye.
About the 2 Asian members of the team. I'm excited for Riz Ahmed.
I really hope it's as dark as they're, like, kind of showing it to be. Because there was, like, that new poster and stuff looks like it's, like, a darker Star Wars.
Yeah, no, I mean, one of the things that I read, maybe Slash Film on their brief write-up of the trailer, was how this movie looks entirely different than any Star Wars movie we've ever seen, while also feeling very Star Wars.
Yep.
And that's so exciting because it's true. Like, it feels very unique, and it also feels exactly like what you wanted.
The level of detail they've gone into recreating that time period of Star Wars, but also being
really fresh.
Yeah.
Yeah. God, the Death Troopers are just so cool looking. They better deliver in a way that Phasma did not. I swear to God. They just look so cool, though. Same with the Scarif, the Sand Troopers. They look awesome. Like, damn, this movie.
It all looks great.
It just looks so cool. All right. So,
what'd you guys think?
We want to know. We loved it.
Let us know below in the comments, or you can tweet at both of us. I'm on Twitter at Rich Belson. Channel's on Twitter at OABeer_official. You can find us on Facebook at facebook.com/overabeer. Instagram is over_a_beer. And of course, right here at youtube.com/overabeer, where presumably December 16th or 17th, we'll have the review of Rogue One up. So you can check back for that, or check back for any other shows or podcasts or stuff we do. All those links are found on our YouTube channel. But that will wrap things up for today. So until next time, drink up.